The terrain of Zora's domain is one of the most beautiful areas in the Legend of Zelda series. It is home to the Zora race, one of the primary races in Hyrule. In The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Link is first sent here to obtain the third and final spiritual stone. After going through many trials and hardships, he acquires the Zora's Sapphire and opens the Door of Time, pulling the Master Sword out of its pedestal, causing Ganondorf to gain access to the Sacred Realm. This causes Link to be sealed for 7 years, and Ganondorf claims the Triforce of Power, allowing him to spread chaos and destruction across the land of Hyrule. One of the many places affected was Zora's domain. When entering Zora's domain as adult Link, we can see that the water is frozen, and we can conclude that the Zoras were submerged beneath the ice by Ganondorf's evil magic. However, we are able to find the Zora in the shop by melting the red ice off with blue fire. We can also see that Lake Hylia is suffering a major drought. If you continue up the steps, we are able to see King Zora the 16th frozen solid. Continuing to Zora's Fountain, we can see that the terrain is in a state of chill. Lord Jabu Jabu is also nowhere to be seen. Navigating the scene, ice blocks can be seen that will lead Link to a cavern known as the Ice Cavern. The Ice Cavern is a mini dungeon Link must navigate in order to find clues about the fate of Zora's domain. Throughout this mini dungeon, an unnatural substance known as blue fire will allow Link to melt the mysterious red ice. At the end of the mini dungeon, you are to face off against a white Woofos. Once defeated, you are introduced to Sheik once again, and he explains to us that a fraction of the Zoras had been submerged below the ice, but he was able to rescue Princess Ruto. Sheik then teaches us the Serenade of Water, allowing us to teleport to Lake Hylia, and explains that Princess Ruto has gone to the Water Temple. When bringing King Zora back to life with blue fire, he gives Link the Zora tunic, allowing us to breathe underwater. He also tells us that Ruto has gone to the Water Temple, just like Sheik said. Once we encounter her, she explains that the temple has been cursed and the source must be stopped. After defeating the boss of the Water Temple, Morpha, we can see that the lake's water levels have returned back to normal. As for Zora's domain, its frozen state is still taking effect. That doesn't seem right. Morpha is the source of this dreadful curse placed upon Ganondorf, so what gives? Why is it that all other areas are returned to their former state of glory, but Zora's domain remains? The answer is rather elementary. If you go back to what Sheik says, he tells us that the source of the curse is a monster, and unless we kill him, the curse will remain. Since Link has defeated Morpha, the curse will no longer have the ice remain in a permanent state. Instead, it will take time to melt. Notice how Sheik specifically said unless you shut off the source, this ice will never melt. Even Princess Ruto says that the process will take time. Still skeptical? In the Wind Waker, the Zora sage Laruto confesses of her death before Ganondorf's awakening. The Nintendo Gallery also states that Laruto was born in Zora's domain. This would mean that the timeline of the Zoras continued after the adult era, and that they are not extinct. Sadly, Ganondorf's reign will cause the gods to flood the great domain to the bottom of the sea, leading on to the events of the Wind Waker. Also, once you have defeated Morpha, you can see that the snowstorm has stopped. But hold on, we're not done just yet. Why would Nintendo choose to do this? Every other location in Hyrule were restored to their former glory just fine after defeating their bosses. There are two conclusions I have came up with as to why they would choose this bizarre fate. Originally, an ice temple was supposed to be featured in Ocarina of Time in replacement of the Water Temple. Evidence towards this is a script found containing files of a wind and ice medallion. Also, Ruto's section in Ganondorf's castle is ice-themed. Some fans believe that after the Ice Temple was changed to a water theme in the final version of the game, concepts and parts of the old Ice Temple were instead placed in Zora's Fountain, as the Ice Cavern and the temple's original theme music was reused as the Ice Cavern's theme. It is also possible that both the Ice Cavern and the Ice Temple were originally intended to be in the game as separate locations, similar to the bottom of the well and the Shadow Temple, both being shadow-themed. The second alternative is that Nintendo may have decided to continue the story of Ocarina of Time in Ura Zelda. Ura Zelda was an expansion pack continuing Ocarina of Time, but due to delays in production, never released, and instead Majora's Mask was made. It could very well be possible that Nintendo had something planned for Zora's domain in Ura Zelda. In conclusion, Zora's domain had the excuse of taking years to melt for projects that were never released. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the newest Zelda theory. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and actually, my next Zelda theory is going to be about Redeads. However, I'm not going to do that just yet. My next theory I'm going to upload will be on Metroid. Yes, that's right, I'm moving on to Metroid theories. Nobody's doing Metroid theories, so I'm like, why not give it a shot? So yeah, I mean, this doesn't mean I'm quitting Zelda theories, this just means that I'm gonna be doing both, Metroid and Zelda, so we'll see how that works out. Hopefully I have it out by next week, maybe a little bit longer because I've never done a Metroid theory before, so I have to get accustomed to it, so yeah guys. But thank you guys for watching, let me know what you think. Take care, and bye.